welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about what the club path is trying to do in your swing. We're going to keep this video very simple. I'm going to show you a few simple techniques that you guys can use in order to maximize learning how to swing your club path in an in to out direction and an out to in direction. And this is really going to help you guys when you're out there on the course and you're trying to control your ball flight. Club path has been one of the most controversial topics in the history of golf. Golfers hear the terms over the top, you're coming over the top, or you're stuck, and they immediately try to manipulate their swings thinking about internal body mechanics. Your club path is traveling in space on an arc coming through the ball, whether that be in to out or out to in, or neutral, which is just inside to down the line to inside. Just a natural arc around your body. And this is not something you just get into. There's a bunch of internal task demands that you're building up inside your mind in order to make this happen. This is through pure intent. Like we've been talking about in the previous videos, intent is so important. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start showing you how you can get into these in to out swing angles with the club or out to in when you want to hit a fade, and I'm going to give you a simple approach to doing this. One of the major concepts that we're going to utilize here is going slow. I know this may sound overly simple, but this is one of the most important things you can do for yourself when you're learning a new motor skill. You have to go slow at the beginning. You have to let your body adapt to the task that you're giving it in order to make it more fluid and natural. So we're going to start out with a nice power draw shot. So when we're trying to hit a nice push draw, the first thing we have to understand is that the club head has to travel from the inside, okay? It has to travel from the inside, and then you have to swing out on the golf ball. There has to be an in to out, a slight in to out motion coming through the shot. So instinctively, we know that we can't have the club head out here because there's no chance at us swinging into out from this position. This is the first thing we have to understand. So the question becomes, how are we going to build this motion into our motor programming? And what we're going to do is we're going to go slow, okay? We're going to do slow motion swings. What I want you to do when you're building this pattern is I want you to take 3 slow motion swings in a row, and then you can go ahead and hit a shot. So what we're going to do is we're going to back up off the ball, and we know that we have to swing the club slightly into out. So what we're going to do is we're going to slow motion our backswing all the way up to the top. We know that the club head needs to drop inside for us to swing out. So we need to focus on that with the club head, okay? You're taking it up to the top, you're dropping it to the inside, and then from here, you can take a nice slow swing like you're swinging into out on the golf ball. And we're going to do this 3 times, okay? Go slow. Feel the pattern, you're just feeling the motion of what you're trying to create to come from the inside, and just make sure you go nice and slow through your practice swings. Let's do it again, guys. Slow motion to the top. The club head has to come from the inside. You know you have to get the club head from the inside, so you drop it down in from the inside, and then you just rotate everything through, and you get a nice feel for it. And on the last practice swing, you can actually speed it up a little bit. So line up again. You're trying to get that exact same feel that you developed in the first 2 practice swings. You take it up to the top. Club head needs to come from the inside, and then you swing out to the right field, okay? Super important. So that's all we're trying to do, guys. We're trying to build that pattern by going nice and slow. Let your brain and your body adapt to these feels, and that's what's going to give you this ability to hit this nice power draw shot shape. Go nice and slow, get the feel of the club head dropping from the inside, and then just throw it out to right field, and you're going to be well on your way to hitting that nice push draw shot. Let me hit one for you. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Absolutely perfect, that one. Well out to the right where it started, came back to the left. That's how you do it, guys. Go slow, build a nice slow pattern as you're taking your practice swings. Feel the club head dropping to the inside, and then you can just throw it out to right field and be well on your way to hitting nice power draw shot shapes. So what about if we were trying to hit a cut shot? What were the feels and the sensations that we need to build in order to make this happen? So what we need to know is that for a cut shot, when you take the club back, the club needs to come across the golf ball, okay? It needs to come across it. This is how you hit the cut shot, because you have to come across the ball with a slightly open face, swinging the club path to the left, and that's going to put fade spin on the golf ball. That's the first super important thing that we need to understand. The club head needs to come across the golf ball with a slightly open face in order to hit a fade. So what we don't want to feel in this particular shot is the club head dropping too far to the inside, because if you drop the club head too far to the inside for a fade shot, now you have no chance at swinging the club to the left from here. Even if you rotate a bunch, at best the club path is just going to come in square. And you still can hit a fade from there, but your face is going to have to be slightly open to that pass style. If you want to hit a cut shot dropping the club to the inside like this, your body and your joints have to move at about a 9 out of 10. Like, they have to be really good. You have to be really mobile to do this. Otherwise, I like to go with the technique that we've been going after. So getting the club more outside like this, cutting across the ball with an open face. And when you watch guys like Tiger likes to do this a lot. He'll manipulate the club path by coming across it to hit a fade, or he'll drop the club head in and swing out to right field to hit a draw. These are all important things that Tiger does. He's done this his entire career, and this is why he's been such a good shot shaper. So back to it. We're gonna get that feel and that sensation about getting the club head out in front of us and then swinging to the left, cutting across the ball with an open face. And we're going to do this exactly like we did with the power draw shot. You're going to just move nice and slow, do 3 slow practice swings in a row, getting that club head out in front of you more, and then swinging to the left with an open face. You get that feel, that sensation that you have to keep the face open through the golf ball in order to hit that cut shot. So you'll do that 3 times, guys, and then you'll go ahead and hit your shot. So let me hit a shot for you and let me show you what I'm talking about. So I line up, feeling the sensation that I want to get for this cut shot is get the club head out in front of me and then cut across it with an open face. And that should get the ball started slightly to the left, and then it should curve back to the right. And would you look at that? Ball started well to the left of the target line, and then curve back to the right. So as you guys can see, this is super simple stuff. You want to make sure your intent is focusing purely on the club head here, getting the club head more out in front of you to hit a cut shot so you can swing left, and you want to make sure that you drop the club head in from the inside and then swing it out to the right for a draw. Super simple stuff, but it gets complicated because people don't understand how to practice it properly. And I've given you guys one major key that you guys can use in order to practice this more efficiently, which is by going slow in your practice swings and feeling the sensations that you need to get the club head moving in the direction that you need to move it in order to hit that particular shot. So put your intention on the club head, what you're trying to do, whether that be come from the inside or get the club head more out in front of you and then swiping through it left to hit a cut shot. Whatever you're trying to do, focus in on the club and take 2 to 3 practice swings, go nice and slow. And this is going to give you a greater ability and sensation that you need in order to hit these shots. So that's it for today, guys. I really hope you got something out of this, focusing in on club path. It's one of my favorite discussions because the club path is what's going to give you the ability to shape different shots based on where your club face is at impact. Super important. And if you guys are looking for a structured program where you can learn all these fundamentals to become the best golfer you can be, go to www.externalfocusgolf.com and sign up for our membership. And I promise you, if you do, you'll never turn back and you'll become the best golfer you can be, because you're going to understand what really matters to playing good golf. So tomorrow, guys, I'm going to get my last video out before Christmas. We're going to finish off this series and I'm going to talk about attack angle and what we need to do to control our attack angle in order to hit the best shots possible. So we'll see you tomorrow.